Okay.
So, you're Lithuania, or you have other countries, yeah?
I'm just speaking about Lithuania now. Do you want to put other countries where I went?
Okay, I have to get out of this.
I think I can put that.
So it is your first solo trip just in. Okay.
Yeah, it's my first one. Oh, come on. Okay. Wait. Let me stay there. So that.
But why you can show this screen? Because of this? I can see you.
Just so that they don't see me on my phone right now. So it's not like. I also visited my chair. So that. Okay.
Maybe she's a little late, so that's why I
Mhm.
she's the our
Just,
last.
I have a question. So if guys are trying to keep it, we let them enter, no? If there are some guys joining with a link, we let them, no? Or how do you do it?
No, we can let them, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's for International
That's
Women's Day.
fine.
So, but you know what? They are busy, you know.
Hmm?
So I'm not. I don't think they will join. You know.
No, okay. Well, only for women. Oh, shit.
I ultimate her, but she
Hmm?
just someone
Joining that.
but she left. That
Oh,
right, yeah.
maybe it's because she's so nice already.
What happened? I automate.
Can you put this just to see it?
Yeah, just
Yes.
just you and me, you know.
For a
Oh.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Autumn and Yomida. Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Can you hear us? I'm not even sure it's working.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Hello, Iram and Yomida.
Oh, yeah, it's
Good to
working.
see you.
So let's wait for zeros a little bit. I can put a music if you want. Oh, I'm not connected.
Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Hi. Could you hear me? Hello, Rachel. Oh,
Maybe it's not working. Wait.
really?
I have a doubt. Hey, Rachel. I'm not sure the sound is working. Can you hear us?
Oh, really?
Oh,
No, okay.
Ah,
Oh. Hi. So can you hear me or still can hear? Okay.
good.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel and Yumi there.
Ah, yeah. And does your microphone works or?
Can you hear me?
Oh
yes.
yeah, yeah. So Rachel, you are now in Singapore or?
Yeah, I'm Malaysian, but I'm living in Singapore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? I think Soyeon, are you in oh no. Where are you where are all of you? Paris?
I'm in Australia.
Oh, you're in Australia? Okay.
I South in South Korea now. Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm with Soyeon in South Korea also. So what time is it for you?
It's 6:55 p.m.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, we just have 1 hour.
Hello, welcome to NomadHers community. So we will start our open stage at 8 o'clock soon. Hello.
Hi. Oh, Yuri's here also.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, how's everything going? I see Aru, and then I see like, oh, Suri, how's it going?
Oh.
Good.
Good. And I also see Sunny. Hi, Sunny.
Hello, Sunny.
Hi.
Meet you.
How's everything? Perfect. And then I also see Rachel. I've never really met in person with Rachel, I guess. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. As good as can be. How's
Oh.
everyone?
I just landed in an airport, like Seoul. So
Wow.
yeah, I slept like a
Nice.
baby.
Oh, that's nice. So
And
where are
we're
you? Where are you now?
right now in Seoul. So I took an airplane from Paris, and now
Oh.
I'm heading to Busan.
Yeah. Right now I'm in Singapore.
Okay, perfect. Singapore.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to go there.
Come.
Yeah,
We can have a meetup.
I know.
How
And
long have you been in Singapore?
I've been living here since 2015. Yeah. So
Wow.
it's 7 years now, yeah.
Isn't it hot in Singapore right now? Because in Korea still a little bit cold.
Sorry? Oh, it's hot. I thought you were saying hard. I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's not been so bad recently because it's been raining a lot, but pros and cons for raining as well. Because when it rains, it's a bit hard to go to places. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Hello, Soyeon. Nice to meet you. Oh, you're
Hi.
mute right now, Soyeon.
Hi, nice to
Hi.
meet you. How's everything? How was your day? I think people come and go, come and go. Perfect. Oh, so many things going. Well, it's 8 p.m.
Yes, should we start then? Or should we wait a few minutes?
I think, what if we like put a song or like we can definitely wait for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will see my airport song.
Hello, hello, Tanya. Good to see you.
Hi.
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 How is your day? You live in South Korea right now.
It's good. It was hard day for me because I worked a lot today, but I'm happy now.
So we have Rachel, Trisha. Like, are we waiting for her or Trisha is not here yet, right?
Yeah, she is not yet.
Okay, and what about Anna?
Anna said that she will be a little bit late, so that is why I put her our last speaker.
Okay, perfect. So why don't we like go and turn around and introduce ourselves first, like to break the ice, maybe? Hi, Claudia.
Hello, Claudia.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Claudia, 어디서 전화하는 거예요? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Spain. I'm from Barcelona.
Ah,
Wow.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, why don't we go turn around and introduce ourselves? Like, where are we from? What's our name? Where's our favorite like travel destination? And if you can also talk about your favorite food, because that's my favorite subject. Yeah, so I can go first. Hi everyone, I'm Hyo from South Korea, and just took an airplane from Paris to Busan. So I'm waiting for my airplane in 30 minutes to Busan. Yes, so welcome. My favorite like travel destination I love to go this year is India. I've never been to India. Is there anyone who has traveled to India? No, no, yeah, me neither. So it's my like kind of bucket list, and my favorite food in the world is like tteokbokki, which is Korean, like really spicy rice cake. Yes, so that's like that. I think Claudia, you want to go first, briefly?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, as I've said, I'm from Barcelona. I've just traveled a little alone. My first and probably only solo travel was to Guadalupe Island in the Caribbean. Well, I like music, cinema, theaters. I have a lot of things, have hobbies. And my favorite food probably is I don't know, risotto. And my travel destination for this year, I hope it's South Korea.
Oh, okay, welcome.
I want to go. I'm waiting for the quarantine thing to disappear, so I don't have to spend 7 days in a hotel.
Oh yeah. I just did that, so yeah.
Yeah, next week, everything will be fine.
Well,
All right, Claudia, you can choose whoever you wants to like pass the ball.
okay. Rachel, what's about you?
Hi, I'm from Malaysia, but I'm living in Singapore now. I'm actually a musician by trade. Where I want to go to the most, I would like to visit every country in Southeast Asia because even though I'm from Southeast Asia, I haven't been to every country yet. So that's my goal. And my favorite food is actually sundubu jjigae, this Korean tofu stew. There's something very comforting about it, but it's also has like that spice which I love. So that's my favorite food. I'll go with soyeon.
Hi, I'm Korean and I'm from South Korea, and I love to go Spain and Kenya and also France. And my favorite food is 쭈꾸미. How can I call it in English? Maybe little octopus with spicy sauce. It's Korean food, so yeah. Nice to meet you.
And Soyeon, you can
Ah.
choose one person. Yeah.
And the next one is 소영. 소영. 송소영.
Hello. Can you hear me? Everyone can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Hi, NomadHers members all out there, and my name is So Young, and my dream country is Indonesia, Bali, because I really love to doing the yoga and meditation. Recently, I fall into love in the yoga and kind of several mindfulness routine. So yeah, next my trips, I definitely want to go there if the quarantines really settle down. And my favorite food is actually I'm a big eater. So I love different types of food from different country. And recently, I really my love. I'm the most favorite food is the paella. Am I right? I don't know if my pronunciation is correct. Paella from the Spain. So sometimes I cook by myself at home. So
Oh wow. It's difficult to cook.
yeah. So I saw the recipe from the website. So
Wow.
it's not perfect, but yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
So who's next then? So
But maybe Soyeon raise your hand or you have some question to Soyeon?
Oh, sorry, it's my mistake.
And we have some people from Kenya and Tanzania, I guess. So, hello, everyone. Hi, Naomi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Naomi, we are introducing ourselves, so you can tell us like where you're from, where's your favorite like destination, and what's your favorite food.
Okay. So my name is Naomi. I come from Kenya. Currently in Kenya, but I work and live in Mali. My favorite. Okay. My dream destination would be Seoul, South Korea, and my favorite food is our local dish. It's called ugali and fish. Ugali is made from maize meal. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Naomi, you can choose one person, like out of here, where you want to ask a question.
Okay, I can see. Let me see from the list. I can't see many people. Okay, Claudia.
Well, I've already presented
Yeah.
myself. I'm
So Claudia, you can pass
Okay.
to someone else, maybe.
Yeah.
Christine? What about Christine? I see
Yeah,
Christine.
Christine.
She's from Singapore. Christine, do you hear us? Christine, you need to like unmute. I think you're muted.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Perfect. So can you
I just
introduce
figured it
yourself?
out
Mm-hmm.
how I to speak to you. Then I got the okay. So now you can hear me, I guess. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm from Singapore, but I'm actually living in Paris for already 30 years now.
Wow.
And I came here 30 years ago for work, and I've stayed since. And I met Hio. We met in Paris in one of
Wow,
the events.
almost like 4 years ago. So Christine was the first one who came to first ever Nomad Her event. Yeah, the
Really?
very, very first. And she brought the poem, like poesy about
Yeah.
traveling solo. So it was back in like 3 years ago. She was the first one.
Oh, thanks for remembering me, because it's been quiet for 2 years. As you know, we can't travel anywhere. And I'm planning to travel again as soon as I can. So at the moment, I'm making organizing a lot of events, all sorts of events, co-working, networking, traveling as well, of course, and especially for women. So I'm very, very into it right now. So in the planning stage at the moment. So we can't really travel yet freely. So I'm really looking forward to this event because I've missed it. When you were in Paris at that time, it was really great, to meet all sorts of young women traveling all over the world and feeling free and strong and powerful, for being free. So I miss that. I miss that camaraderie. So I wish you would come back again. We meet again in Paris one of these days. So welcome. Anybody who wants to come to Paris, just let me know. Contact me. Maybe we can go for a drink or something, and we talk about the good old times.
Thank you, Christine. And then, Christine, you can choose. What about Sylvia? Sylvia, she's from Jeju Island. Hi, Sylvia.
Hello. I'm Sylvia. I'm from South Korea. I live on Jeju Island. And what should I say? It's like introducing myself, right?
Like, where's your favorite travel destination and what's your favorite food? And then you can pass the ball to someone. That way we can start the
Okay.
event. Cool.
I'm dying to go to Africa, like Kenya, Tanzania, all kind of countries in Africa, and also Latin America. That I never been there. And food. It's hard to choose only one. I think I really love all kind of food from all over the world. Actually, like Chris said, she's originally from Singapore, and when I went to Singapore, I really loved all kind of food from like Hakka Center, which was really like amazing place to eat all kind of mixed food. Yes, and who will be?
What about Mary Maitha? Maitha, are you hearing us? I think you kind of like turned off your camera and or what about Mauritius? And oh yeah, Maitha is here. Hi, Maitha. Please introduce yourself. You're muted. Yes. I think you need to unmute, like turn on your camera, or like microphone.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me, everyone? Yes. Yeah, this is Meita from Sultanate of Oman. Sorry, because I didn't plan
Wow.
to, because I'm at work right now. We'll just give like small, brief introductions. Nice to know you all. So this is Meita from Sultanate of Oman. My dream countries is to travel to Vietnam, Cambodia, and I have been to Laos and Africa, part of Africa, like Morocco, Kenya, and my best food is Mediterranean food. One of my best food, yes. And if anyone wants like to visit Oman, you are all almost welcome to visit us in Oman. Nice to meet you. Nice to know you all.
Nice to meet you.
One who said shukran.
Yeah, I said shukran, which means thank you. Yeah. Sure. And like maybe Surin, can you briefly introduce yourself and we move on? Soyeon, like what do you think? Soyeon and Ode.
Yeah, we can also introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
after.
Sure. And I think I need to take an airplane, but
It's odd. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I go first.
Yeah.
So hello everybody. So my name is Od and now I just arrived like 2 weeks ago in South Korea. So I did my 7 days quarantine that I would not recommend. And yeah, I'm with Soyeon right now, just here. And so for my favorite country, I would say until now it was Peru, but now I'm just discovering South Korea, so maybe it will change. And I would love to discover more about Latin America and yeah, everything. And my favorite food, it's very hard. Of course, I love French food like baguette, cheese, and everything. Yeah, I know, very cliche. And also, I love tapas. Like in Spain, you can, yeah, it's called tapas, I think, when you have a lot of different things, like small bites and everything. And I recently discovered like the Korean barbecue. So I don't know what's the name in Korean, but I really loved it. So yeah. But does it have a name even? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Soyeon Bae, and the place I really want to go is South Pole. But I know that this is difficult to go. But I really hope to go someday. As for this year, I want to go to Portugal to experience surfing because I've never been anywhere to surfing. So that is my maybe would be first try to challenge for surfing. And what I really like in food is I really or pork or beef. So these days I try to to be vegan food, but it's for me it's really hard. So if you have any idea to try vegan food, please let me know. So yeah, thank you for making time together. Yeah.
Oops, maybe we can start now.
yeah. And girls, it was nice to meet you. So I need to take an airplane. But hope to talk to all of you soon and enjoy. See you. Bye.
See you later, yo.
Have a safe flight.
Yeah. So okay, so I think it'll be good to start our stories from NomadHers. So our first speaker, Old, will share her story about her first solo trip to Lithuania as exchange student. So yeah.
Okay, so it's my first solo travel I did. It was like, I think it was 3 years ago. So I was at the university, so I was studying in France. And one day I just saw all my friends like filling out papers and everything. So I was like, what are they doing? And then I just asked them, and they were like all trying to fill out the application form for the Erasmus program. So I don't know if you know what it is, but basically it's like a program for people that are studying in Europe, and it enables you to study in another country. So for example, for French people, you can go to study to Spain, England, and a lot of countries in all Europe. So I was like, okay, maybe I can try it and fill out the application form and everything. And so I chose a country, Lithuania. So basically, as I said, most people were asking for England or Spain because it was like the most attractive destinations. But I was wondering, like, I was like, maybe it would be good to challenge myself a little bit more and just pick a country I don't know anything about. And in France, we don't usually know a lot about the more eastern part of Europe. So I just said to myself, okay, let's go, let's try. And also it was because there are not a lot of people that wanted to go to Lithuania. Like it was not a very demanding country. So I was like, maybe my chance will be higher to to go there if I just ask for the less wanted country. So that's why I choose this one. And when I got the response, so they said yes to me in like 2 months or 3 months after. And I was like super excited because I was about to become like an exchange student, and it was the first time for me. And so then I started to prepare like all administration works and everything, like papers you have to fill, sign. So this is kind of the boring stuff. And after, it was like the day of the departure, and I remember it was like at the end of January of 2019, probably. And so my parents, so I live in a very small city called Landévent in France. It's in Brittany, so it's like the west side. And it's like a 5 hours drive to Paris. So I couldn't ask my parents to just bring me to Paris to take my plane. So they just dropped me at the train station. And I'm very like sensitive. So I cry every time I have to leave someone and go on a travel or everything. So I cried a lot in my train going to Paris because I saw my mother saying goodbye to me. Also, she was crying. So I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? And so it's like the moment where I was in the train, I was like starting to feel like I was very lonely because I just left my friends, my family, and everything. But I was still super excited to go there. So it was like just 5 minutes of crying, and then it was good. And after I arrived at the airport at Paris, and everything is very quick because yeah, you just go, you don't have really time to think about it. And the flight, it was only like 2 hours or 3 hours of flight. So same, I was just listening to music, like watching Netflix series or anything in the planes to not think about it. And when I arrived, so I arrived at the capital city called Vilnius. So it's in Lithuania, of course, but it's not where I was supposed to study. So I just booked an hotel for the night, and thanks for my father, he told me you need to reserve a taxi so that you're not lost when you arrive, because it was like late at night and a foreign country, you know, a woman alone. I was like a little bit scared. So my father booked me a taxi and a hotel. So I was just following a guy, and I had no problem, nothing to organize, nothing to worry about. And so at the hotel, same, I was too tired to think about how am I lonely and everything. But the next day, so I took a train to go to Kaunas. It's a city where I was about to study for 5 months. And the same, the organization was perfect for me because a Lithuanian student was waiting for me at the train station. It was like the school who organized this, so that when you arrive, you're not completely lost. Like the student was coming with me. She brought me to the residence, like university residence, where I had booked a room. And so same, we just took a bus, and I was speaking Mercer, so I was not feeling like, oh my God, I don't know anything, I don't know where I'm going. Like, I was not lost at all. Everything was fine and great. And so I arrived at my room, and it was like the photo on the left. So it's a room where you shared it with, sorry, my English, I'm making a lot of mistakes now. But you share the room with like 3 people. So I was about to share it with 2 other girls because it's boys on one side and girls on the other side. But they were only coming like 2 days after. So I was alone for the first 2 days. But it was okay for me like to arrive, and I could choose my bed and everything. So I was fine with it. And directly after that, we went back to the center of the city to go to a university, and we had like a meeting, like a presentation with different students, with some teachers and everything. So same, I was not alone. I met some people, and then I went for grocery shopping because I had nothing, no food, and so I just bought basic stuff. And that's when I started to panic, because then it was like late at night, it was like 7 p.m. And in Lithuania during winter, it's like completely dark. At that time, it was snowing and everything. So I was with my grocery bags and I was like, okay, so now I'm alone, but how do I go back to my room? Because it was not all in the center. It was like maybe 30-minute bus, but also there were only one bus who was going there. So I was like, oh my God, that's too complicated. Like I didn't have any data, any internet connections, no GPS. And I was, yeah, not very well organized. So I was just starting like waiting in the snow in the dark, and I was like looking, okay, where am I going? And I just saw the first bus, and I was like, okay, I need to go in a bus because I'm too cold. I don't know what to do or anything. So I went into that bus and I asked the driver, like, is it the right direction to go there? But he was not speaking English at all. And because maybe I was also like a foreigner with my everything like hat, and yeah, he was not very helpful. Sorry, helpful. So I just like saw some people were like, they look like students with suitcases and everything. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna sit there and hope for the best. And it was the right bus. So I was like so happy. And then I arrived at my room, so it was like night, and I didn't know anybody at the time. So I sat in my room, I was alone, and I started to cry because that's when I realized, like, okay, I'm not all alone. I have nobody to talk to, and yeah, I started to feel very lonely and very sad. Like I was, okay, why did I decided to come here? Like was it very important to you? Why would I put myself in this situation of loneliness? I don't like it and anything. And I started to doubt a lot of myself, like why did you left your family and everything like this? Like all the questions people ask themselves when they are alone and sad. So I cried a lot, like for 1 hour and everything. And my parents, they tried to call me because they were like, okay, she's in a foreign country, how's she going and everything. And I could not even respond because I knew the moment I would hear their voice, I would be like crying like a river and everything. So I just decided to not respond to anyone on my phone and just be alone. And that was the worst idea ever because I think it would have been good to speak with people and just feel like I was still in connection with my family, friends, and everything. And so that was the first problem I faced. And so I was alone in that room, but the next day I had booked with the university and other students. We had like our first visit. So it was in the castle you can see on the picture. So we had to take a bus, everything in the morning and come back at night. So I just went to sleep that day and I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna meet some people and very motivated, like, okay, it's gonna be good. And during the night, something happened is that around 3 o'clock in the morning or 4, someone just entered the room. And when you are sleeping and you don't expect anybody, it's like super scary. And also it was a guy and I was not supposed to share my room with any guy. And it was very cold at that time. So the guy was like with a big coat and everything. And I was like, who is it? Like, I was like not in pajama basically. So I was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Like, what is he doing? Who is he? And I was like sleepy, but also so afraid. Like, I couldn't move. I didn't say a word. I just like stayed like this, like I was sleeping. And I just prayed that he would not speak to me, not try anything. And yeah. And so he just went to sleep. And the next day I woke up super early because I had that excursion. And so I saw the guy, but he was like sleeping because he arrived super late. So same, I just left the room and I didn't have a chance to talk with him or anything. And so during the excursion, so it was like amazing. Like the landscape is beautiful. Like in France, where I live, we don't have that much snow. It's not snowing a lot. So it was crazy for me. It was like an amazing day. I loved it. I met people. I had some friends and everything. But then when we came back at night, I was like so stressed out. I was like, oh my God, there is this guy in my room. What am I doing? Do I have to sleep in the same room again? How is everything gonna go? Like, who is he? I don't know him. And when I arrived, so stressed out, like I was never, it was crazy for me. And then I arrived at the room and the guy was waiting like on the bed sitting and he was so stressed out like me because he didn't know there was someone in the room also. Because it's at the reception, they did a mistake. They gave me the wrong room when I arrived. So they told the guy, okay, you can go in your room. There is nobody in there. And then he saw me. He saw all my stuff like pink, and he just like understood I was a girl. I don't know how, but he understood it. So he was like saying, he was like, what the fuck is happening? And so we started to talk a bit, and it was super nice. Like after we became like, it's a guy on the picture, and after that we became like friends, like best friends almost. We did everything together. I went to a trip to Lapland in Finland with him, and we were sharing a lot of moments. And now that I think about it, I was so scared at first and so stressed out, feeling lonely, doubting like if it was a good idea to come to Lithuania. And now I'm just like, this guy is amazing. I love him so much. It's my friend. I met such amazing people. And yeah, it was just a great experience. And even like the bad things because it was not bad at the end. But now I'm just thinking it's good memories, and I'm glad it happened the way it happened. And I'm glad that I was feeling like starting to doubt myself and cry and everything, because now I'm just like proud of it, and I'm proud that I stayed there in Lithuania. I stayed the next day, and yeah, it was just the beginning for me for a new adventure. And after that, so yeah, we went to Lapland. We had an amazing trip, and I just started to want even more traveling. Like I wanted to discover more countries and everything. So after with my studies, I continued to travel. I did another Erasmus program in Spain. So I studied 6 months in Spain. I went to Peru after that, and yeah, it was like an amazing adventure. And I would recommend to anyone to try it, like this exchange student experience. And also, yeah, I wanted to say that it's okay to doubt yourself and to cry, because when you put yourself in a difficult situation, it's normal to not be like confident at first. But then after, when you overcome this fear, you are like even more proud, and you know you can do it. Like you know it was not easy, but you did it. So yeah, basically that's what happened, and yeah, I had an amazing time. And that's it. Like if you have any questions to ask me, you can ask me anything. And yeah. So yeah, it was a long talk, sorry.
So is there any culture shock, Lithuania and France, you basically burn?
Oh, sorry, Sarah. Oh yeah. Well, I hope everyone else could hear me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for the shock culture, kind of, because when I arrived, like Lithuanian people, they speak English as French people speak English. So it's not their first language. So not everybody speaks English. For example, in the shops, like when you go to a bakery or anything, they don't really understand you. And since I was not speaking Lithuanian, they were like, okay, you don't speak Lithuanian, you're in Lithuania, we're not gonna help you. Like, yeah, I can understand that. So it was kind of difficult to see like for us Lithuanian people were very cold, but also I can understand that because of their history, like the country history and everything. And after I learned everything about it, and I understand more about it, and that's why they were not very welcoming. For example, in our classes, we had a lot of Lithuanian people, but they were not speaking to me to us at all. And it was not bad because we were just speaking with other international students. For example, I had a lot of Turkish friends, because I don't know why there are a lot of Turkish people, people from Spain, from Mexico, other countries. So it was still a good experience, but that's true. Like it's very different, a different culture and everything. Yeah. So I don't know if someone else has questions or just have a comment or advices even. Yeah. Or if you ever been to Lithuania or
So I think it's good to move on to our next speaker. Rachel Wang. She's from Singapore, and she's a musician and writer, and looking forward to travel and performing in other countries soon. So she'll talk about her first time she went sightseeing by herself in Istanbul. So, Rachel, could you start your story?
Yeah, sure. So hi, I'm Rachel. I've been on a lot of plane rides by myself, but I've never really explored a city by myself. So when I went to Istanbul, I was actually there to visit my mom because she's working there, and she brought me to a few places, but she on the because you don't want to go on days that might be crowded, for example. Yeah. So I was hoping to go to see like the Sultan Ahmed area, which is where the Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia and all those places are. And she told me to go on a Monday, but unfortunately she was working on that Monday, so she just told me go by yourself lah. And then I was like, okay, because in Turkey they're very friendly, which was helpful, but they not very few of them speak English. Yeah, so it was a bit of a challenge trying to figure out like how to get there. But then thanks to technology and Google Maps and my favorite app, which is actually City Mapper, which I used to help me figure out like how to get from my mother's place to that area. Yeah. So that was fine. And then when I got there, I got this like museum pass. So they have this little card which I actually found yesterday. And it gives you like access to all these museums, including the Blue Mosque. Yeah, so you can see, oh no, here. This picture, this is me just taking a selfie outside the Blue Mosque. Yeah. So it was quite interesting. I've never walked around by myself, and at first I was a bit nervous because I'm a girl. And yeah, and there were a few people who tried to talk to me. There was a group of guys, I think they were local, and then they were asking me questions, and I was trying to keep them short because I was a little bit nervous. And then it didn't help that he got a bit offended when I was just giving him like very short answers to his questions. And then he said like, I'm not a robber. Then I'm like, I never said you were, but now I feel scared. Scared. Yeah. But they left me alone after that, so it was fine. Yeah. I found that it does help if you can speak a little bit of the language, even if it's not much, like just being able to say thank you and hello. Like you can see the smile on their face when they say like, oh, you're a foreigner, but you made the effort to, learn a little bit about us. So yeah, every time I went into a new exhibition and then there was like a security guard, I will greet them in Turkish. I'll say mahaba, and then they'll be very happy, and then yeah, they'll say mahaba back. Yeah. So yeah, very, very short presentation for me because for me it was just that one day by myself, and then after that I went to meet up with my mom. And then but her colleagues were so impressed because at that time I was 20. I had just turned like 21. I can't even remember how old I am right now. Okay, I think I was 21. Yeah, and she had one colleague who was in her 40s, and she never really traveled by herself until she had moved to Istanbul. So she was very impressed, and she was like, you walked, you went through that area by yourself and like with nobody?" Then I'm like, yeah, and I'm back. Yeah, but she was very impressed because yeah, she never done that before until then. And then she which I found a bit surprising because she's American. Yeah, so that was an interesting experience. Yeah, and I'm glad I did go because we went back to that area on another day, but it wasn't as nice because the sky was overcast. Whereas on that day, I could take pictures like that, and then like you can see the sun was out. Then on the way home, actually, like the sunset was so beautiful, and then I had to get off the train just to take this photo, which I really like because like the sun, like the colors were just so beautiful. And yeah, if you ever want to go to Istanbul, I would highly recommend it because it's such a beautiful city and the people are so like very warm, and they will try to help you even though they don't speak the language, which I also find it's very nice when people try to do that. Like you get that in Japan as well. Like people will try to help you even though they don't speak your language, and yeah, it's nice. That's all I have. Thank you.
And did you feel safe there, like very safe, or would you recommend to someone to go there alone also?
Yeah, other than that one incident with a group of guys, it's actually okay. I think they were actually more curious than actually having any bad intentions, but because it was my first time walking around alone, so I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Safe, I guess it depends. Because you always need to keep your wits around you. There was only one time I felt unsafe anywhere in the world, and I was with my mother at the time because this was in like the souk in Dubai. Souk is like a market, and then this guy was trying to convince us to go with her somewhere, and then me and my brother were telling her, "Mom, no." And then she insisted that no, he knows what we want. Let's follow him. And then we follow him up to this point where he was gonna lead us into this dark stairwell. And then my brother grabbed my mom and was like, "No, we're turning around." So I think if you have your wits about you, I suppose it's fine. Yeah. But we were very concerned with my mom that day. We were like, how have you not gotten into trouble all when you're, not being as careful as we would like you to be? Yeah. So maybe because she felt that she had us there, she was a bit more daring. But yeah. I actually did feel safe. It was just like my own nervousness about walking around by myself. Yeah. To answer the question, the short answer is yes. It was quite safe.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was also thinking of going to Istanbul, and yeah, I was wondering because now I have some friends there, but that's why I was like, maybe alone, no, but if I know some people, like if I have a problem, I can contact them then.
Yeah, I think if you're friends, it's definitely helpful because then they can show you a bit more of like how they live instead of just the touristy areas.
Yeah.
But
or even if there are NomadHers in Istanbul, actually.
Sorry, there are more what?
If there are NomadHers that are living in Istanbul, it would be great also.
Yeah. It was nice. Just I would recommend going if you want. Just go. Do we have any more? I see Anna is here now.
So is there anyone to go to visit Istanbul after, hearing her story?
Yes.
I'm actually planning on going later this year, but because my mom is moving, so I'm going back to help her move out. Yeah. Yeah. She's moving to another far-flung country. She's moving to Bangladesh, and we're like, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Or we should have asked my mom to give her the presentation instead. She's been to a lot of places now. Yeah. But she actually been to Oman once. Yeah. Christine, raise your hand.
Oh yeah, she traveled a lot. Oh yeah.
Oh, my mom is Singapore. My mom is Singaporean. I'm Malaysian, but I'm living in Singapore now. Yeah.
Did she like Oman?
Yeah, she's been to Oman. She had a really good time there. She stayed with her family, and then she found it quite fun because they were so concerned about her well-being all the time because she would like to go and explore by herself. But then they would call her and ask her, "Are you coming back for lunch? Are you coming back for dinner?" Yeah. So she really enjoyed her time there.
I'm glad that she liked Oman.
Yeah.
Christine, you raise your hands,
Yes, I was just going to ask Rachel, how old is your mom?
My mom is the same age as Singapore, so 50, 57. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I asked that question because I noticed that most of the women here are young.
Quite young.
You could be all my daughter, my age, my daughter's age. So I've been traveling since I was 19. That was my first trip. So I can understand how you people feel. But at that time, it was many years ago. It was 1970s, 80s. I don't know. So it's probably different from now, I guess, with all the social media and things like that. Probably it's easier. I don't know. But at that time, I had no worries at all, no fear of. Well, it depends where I went. Well, I went to Philippines, so it was not that far from Singapore. So, and I also could tell you, Rachel, that you are from Singapore because you would say "ya la." My mouth said "la."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just when I was planning to go to visit the States actually because I've been wanting to go there for a long time, but since Trump took over, I forget the idea. Then the pandemic. So now I thought, okay, now it's Biden, but now it's the war. So I thought, okay, maybe not yet. So, but I still want to go because it's been like a dream for many, many years. So, so if you guys have been there before, just maybe tell me some tips and where is the safest place to go for a woman of over 50 years old? I'll be traveling. I probably know a lot of people, but I don't know. I'll be probably traveling on my own. So, So if you get any tips, so just let me know. There. And also the Scandinavian countries. I'm also want to go to Scandinavia. Now that I'm in Paris, so it's why not? It's not far. So I've been dreaming about that since I was in Singapore, but now I'm so close. I might as well go. So okay, so that was what I was going to say about. And
Yeah,
oh,
I did want to travel to Europe when I graduated, and I graduated in 2020, so obviously that didn't happen. Yeah, that's still a dream, but at the moment I feel that maybe it's not a good idea, partly because
No.
of
The war.
some parts
Yeah.
of we've got a war going on, and then also a bit of
Yeah.
the xenophobia. So I'm like, is it really safe to go by myself again as a Asian, very obviously Asian girl? But you never know if you don't try, I suppose. So
That's true.
we'll see. Wait for pandemic to
Yeah, you're
properly
in Singapore
end.
now. You live in Singapore now.
I live in Singapore now. Yeah,
Okay.
quite safe. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're gonna move on to the next story, and it's gonna be Soyeon who will talk about her travel to Prague and how to break the fear of loneliness, because I think we all feel the same thing, like loneliness and everything. Oh yeah.
Yes, before I start my first solo trip to Prague, I have to define what is the fear to hesitate to my solo travel. For me, is that mostly first I can handle. Uh, I think that I'm not sure I can handle this kind of situation which I can face during solo travel. And second is loneliness. So I want to share my story how to handle this in my first solo trip to Prague. When I went to Prague, it's the middle of April, so it was so cold. I didn't expect that this is that much. It was snowing, raining all the time, so I was freezing to death. So my heart was. So I still remember that what I thought as soon as I arrived in Prague airport, I really want to go back to my home. I really miss my cozy bed in my home. So, next day I went a short trip to Dresden, Germany, which is near the Prague. So when train went across the border of Germany, my phone didn't work anymore because it was unexpected visit. So I just bought using card which only used in Prague. So no internet, traveling all day in foreign country without umbrella. The only thing I can do was just hanging around the place not far from train platform. Try not to forget the way back to train station. So gray, gloomy, half a day passed. I stood up on the train platform to take a train back to accommodation in Prague. So I wasn't talkative, so I rather close to be shy. But at the time, I desperately need someone to talk to. I look around and find a solo traveler which I can talk first. So virtually, there's some young guy who looks like university student. So he took on the same train with me, so I just follow him. So but when I tried to pull handle on door of train, it didn't work. It was embarrassing moment, struggling with handle. He stood up from his seat and he just pushed a side door. So yes, not pull, that just push it. My original plan was in my head is go in with a generous smile and talk to him, but that handle ruined everything. So just left awkward moment between he and me. So finally, he took his earphone from his pocket. So as soon as I saw it, I realized that it would be over if he listened to music. And the only thing left behind was 3 hours silent time back to Prague. So at the moment, announcement was released from train captain. So instantly, I noticed it was less chance to change my day, which is whole gloomy rainy day. So I said, "Do you know what train captain say now?" So he put down his earphone and started to explain like he wanted to talk to me too. So as he guess, I didn't care what the announcement is all about. So from that time, I continued to chat until arriving at home in Prague. It was amazing experiences that I can share thought and find in common with person who I didn't even know his name a few minutes ago, but now became my friend. So from that moment, I was in a blood mood anymore. I was full of confidence with the fact that I just made it. Like, oh my God, I did it. I talked to a new person and have a great talk in the train, which I dreamed of for a long time. So from this first solo trip to Prague, I realized that key is just in my head to change my situation. You know, I'm powerful enough to make better situation more than I think. So that I learned from first solo trip to Prague. But you know, I'm still shy and a little bit introvert. But you know, that experience from the experiences, I started a solo trip to Kenya, New Zealand, and any place. So that is how I try to overcome the fear of solo traveling. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
So do you think it's easy to meet people when you are in another country, or is it like how do you do it? Like, or if anyone else has also advices about how to meet people?
For me, from that experiences, you know, when I really want to, you know, hang out with people, when I stay in the hostel, I just go to them, you know, hello, my name is Soyo. Yeah, I try to change, you know, even I a little bit shy and introvert, you know, that is why I open the door to the world. So that way, you know, that and mostly when I say first hello, like and introduce myself, and mostly, you know, they are welcome to me. Okay, how nice to meet you. So yeah, that is the first moment we start to become friend and chat. So I believe that, you know, most people, you know, kind and gentle, so don't need to worry in advance.
Yeah, that's true.
So is there any experiences to you make new friends during travel, or have to meet friends through NomadHers? Oh yeah, Naomi, yeah, freestyle.
Oh, hi. So for me, it starts from the plane. I start making friends from the plane. Like, do you have gum? Because I need gum for my hairs and stuff like that. And then, because normally the travels are long hours, so I wouldn't like to spend like 5 hours with someone silently. It's a bit, it disturbs. So I start there, and then I'm comfortable in talking to strangers. But the only time I get lonely when I'm doing solo travel is when I'm eating, because I'm all alone and I'm going in a restaurant and I see people are in pairs or they're in a group and I'm all alone. So that makes me a bit uncomfortable. Even in the hotel you're staying, I feel uncomfortable going down to the restaurant, especially probably over dinner, because I'm like, okay. So most of the time I either end up at the bar with the barman, at least, so that I have someone to talk to. But that, and sometimes I also order in the hotel because I'm feeling uncomfortable. But in terms of meeting people and just chatting with people, I think just saying a little hello really helps, and just, you know, random questions, and then it breaks the ice. The only place I felt really people are not really open to conversation was in Denmark. So okay, sorry. So it was because they were not really friendly, but the people who are really friendly were the old ones, the senior ones. Those ones they were curious, they wanted to talk to me and all, but the young ones were really not. They were like, oh, I don't have time for you, you know. But yeah, so technically that's it for me. So yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I think that is right. I think hello or hi, and I'm still like this is magic word, to open people's mind, and while traveling. It's simple, but we know it's simple, but sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah, just like to do the first step, like very when you are shy, it's difficult. Because I had the same experience like last summer. I went to Italy, and I spent 5 days visiting a friend. But after that, I spent 5 days alone in Napoli. And so I stayed in a hostel. And when I arrived, same. I was like nobody was there because it was the afternoon. And usually in hostels there are people only in the morning and at night. And so I was very lonely. And then a guy came in the room and he just said, "Hey, do you know if there is a beach where I can go?" And then I was like, "Okay, should I ask him if I can come with him?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's ask." And I was like, "Oh, can I come? Can I join you?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And after saying we became friends, and I went to eat with him another day. And so that's how like he did the first step, but I asked. So I was like, "Okay, yeah, we need both to do like to chat." And yeah.
Yes, I think it'll be good to, move our last speakers, Anna Vinat. She's a development and humanitarian researcher currently working in Africa. So she wants to share why she started to travel by herself 8 years ago in Thailand and how these experiences had an impact on her. So, Anna, so could you share your story?
Hi everyone. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. And sorry to be late. I was in a meeting before. And I'm also sorry not to be able to turn my camera on because I am in Burkina Faso and the Wi-Fi connection is not so great. But if you can hear me well, it's okay, great. So yes, I would like to share my story about my very first experience traveling solo. It was 8 years ago, so it's not very recent, but it's an experience too. To contextualize a bit more, a friend of mine and I were doing a 2-month internship in Cambodia in Asia. And the idea after the internship was to travel all around Asia before restarting university in France 6 weeks later. And for some reason, my friend only could travel with me during 2 weeks and after had to come home. So I had like 4 weeks before the university restart again. And I had to make the choice to travel on my own or to come back to France. And the first choice was very scary, but the second one was very frustrating because I was in Asia with all these beautiful places to discover, and the only reason why I was hesitating was the fear of being alone. So yeah, I just I think took the plunge and I just did it. But you have to know that I prepare literally every single step of my trips because I was very scary. And I was lucky enough to have 2 friends in Bangkok and Singapore. So I knew I would be able to meet friends every 2 weeks. So it was, yes, quite comfortable. And the trip was amazing, and it did not follow the initial schedule I made, as you can imagine. Especially, I have this anecdote that changed the way I was traveling. I arrived in Chiang Mai, a big city in the north of Thailand, and I met 2 girls from Holland in my hostel. And they just invited me to join them during several days. And we arrived in a small village in the middle of nowhere, and we had some great time and met other travelers, and it was very a great experience. And I think this is a very common story, but it made me more confident for the rest of my travel. And I just learned it was easy to meet people in hostel, in the streets, in bar, etc. And then the rest of the trip was I met a lot more of people, and I met people in Thailand that I re-met in Singapore, and then in Cambodia, and then in Vietnam. So it was really great. And 8 years later, I'm living in Africa. I'm traveling by my own in Africa. I'm also traveling with my friend, but I'm not scary anymore to travel by my own in a lot of countries in the world. and I don't have any anxiety traveling by my own. So basically, this is my story. If you have any question or if you want some tips for traveling in Africa, West Africa especially, because I know a lot of country in West Africa, I would be happy to share any tips or experience.
Yeah, I actually have a question. It's like, for example, traveling in Africa, how do you go from one country to another or one city to another? Do you take like buses or?
Yes, great question. It depends which country, because, well, for example, I'm living in Burkina Faso. Basically, you cannot travel in Burkina Faso. It's too dangerous. In Mali, it's the same. But in Benin, I was in Benin last year, and I took what we call taxi brousse. It's taxi you share with other people, but it's a car. It's not a bus. So you have this kind of taxi brousse with yes, like maybe 4 or 5 people in the car, and you can go from a city to another. But you don't have any the road. You don't know. There is no schedules, or you just have to ask the people in the street if they're going to a specific city, and you always find some solution. But it's never one day it's one car, and the other day it's another road, and it's very different.
Yeah. Yeah, so it must be hard to organize also. Like, I'm not the organizer every time, but I imagine like for someone who likes to plan everything, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for example, you can in Senegal. It's very easy to organize your trip. In Benin also, maybe in other countries, no. But yes, I do not plan my my trip anymore. I just know where I want to go, west of the country, north of the country, etc. And then I find solution and people to get there. And you have very nice surprises when you travel like this. And I know it's not for everyone, especially when it's your first trip. Maybe it's a bit tricky, but it's in country where tourism is very developed. It's maybe easy to start with in country where tourism is developed, and then maybe go in country where you have less solution organized for tourists.
Yeah.
There is a question from Naomi. Could you tell? Yeah.
Oh, hi, Anna. I think I'm your neighbor. I work in Mali, but I'll be coming to Burkina. I'll be coming to Burkina within the year. So, okay, for West Africa, whoever asked the question about traveling in Africa, for West Africa, I would advise not to at the moment because, we have political situations going there. But it's, if you want to go to other like East Africa or south part of Central Africa, not Central Africa, the south side of the Africa, it's very easy. Just we have this like the way there's EU, you have ECOWAS, you have the East African Community, so it's very easy to fly within the different countries by plane, and it's just like either 2 hours 45 minutes. And also there are trains. Okay, in East Africa there are trains, in West Africa not so, but it's actually very easy to travel within different countries of Africa if they're in the community, the unions, because like they have agreements. It's so easy, and it will be because you're coming from far, so it's advisable to travel within the different countries if you have time, within the different countries within your period of tourism, because it's also very costly, and the flight hours are too long from Europe or from whichever Asian country, whatever country you'll come from. And also it's very friendly. Like it's very easy to just enjoy Africa because the people are very friendly. They talk, they start conversations with you from nowhere. So it will be a very good experience if you guys decide to come to the African countries. So I would really encourage if you want to. But for West Africa, as Anna knows, for now, no. Senegal is very nice, but for the moment, not advisable. Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree. Africa was very the trip that people are so nice. And yes, do not travel in in West Africa at the moment, except maybe some very safe country, but not Mali, not Niger, not Nigeria, not Burkina Faso. Maybe Senegal, Benin, Togo, all right, Ghana, maybe, but not the other country. Morocco also, but yeah.
So Anna, for women travelers who come to travel in Africa first, so which country you recommend? You know, if she's first, she's a woman traveler to come to first in Africa countries.
Well, I've never been there, but I think I believe Kenya maybe is amazing. Kenya and the country just below Kenya. Please help me. And Tanzania. Sorry, Kenya and Tanzania. Yeah, I think it's yeah, amazing country for first trip in Africa. Maybe you have solution with the guides and safari to organize everything. Yeah, it would be my choice, but maybe not the everyone choice. The north of Africa is really it's really easy. I mean, Tunisia and Morocco, it's really easy to travel in this country, but it's different from sub-Saharan Africa culture in the culture. I mean, so yeah. Naomi is laughing, but I'm not sure it's. So yes, my choice will be Tanzania and Kenya.
Yeah, and also I would think South Africa is also nice. I know you can hear some things, but okay. The thing is, people have different experiences. They will give you their opinions on how their country is, which is okay. You can listen, but I would say you go and visit and make your own experience. So I would say also it's good to go to South Africa. It's a really nice place, and also Botswana and Zambia also. Yeah, they're really nice places. So yeah.
I have a question to Anna. So as you traveling over different country by yourself, just I want to hear what is your like the most unpleasant moment, and just want to hear your like less excitement, exciting experience you ever had while you're traveling. Just want to hear that.
Okay. I think it was when I arrived in Cabo Verde. The flight was late, so I arrived in the middle of the night. So I didn't have time to go to the hostel because I have a flight very early in the morning. So I had to stay in the airport at the airport at night, and the airport was empty. So I did not feel safe to sleep basically, and I had to wait several hours. It was like 1 hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't remember exactly. But yes, because the flight was late, I couldn't reach the hotel I was staying the night before a flight for another island. So it was a really unpleasant experience. And yes, now I try to not to arrive after 12 in a country, just not to have the same kind of experience.
Is there any questions to Anna about her, story of in Africa? Yeah, so I think our session is done right now. Yeah, and I'm really happy to making time to join this open stage together. So if you want to share your story more, so please send me our nominator team and we'll make event for you. So yes, we will love this, connect, talk with each other. So that is really helpful. So yes, I don't know how it was today because it is for Women's Day for us. So I hope that before ending today, I hope you do something special for you. And so before I say goodbye, how about we say together like we are NomadHers. Is it okay for you? Yeah, so if you're okay, you turn on your microphone and we can say together like instead of saying goodbye, we are NomadHers, and that is a saying goodbye in it. Yeah. So if I say 1, 2, 3, we are say we are NomadHers and say goodbye. So everybody is ready. I need to put the microphone on before. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. We are
NomadHers.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye
Bye.
Bye.
Good day. Have a happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
Yeah, thank you so much for making time together.
Yeah, it was so nice meeting all of you. Thank you.
You can leave now.
Thank
you. So much.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you for having time together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See you soon.
Yeah.